My name is Evelyn Hart, and until 3 weeks ago, I was the most organized assistant manager this city had ever seen. Then Alexander Voss walked back into my life like a winter storm wrapped in a custom Tom Ford coat, and suddenly every spreadsheet, every color-coded calendar, every sensible rule I lived by felt like it was melting under his stare. He is the new owner of Voss & Co., the luxury department store that takes up 3 glittering blocks on Fifth Avenue. Everyone calls him the Christmas boss because he single-handedly turns December into a billion-dollar fairy tale. Lights, orchestras, real reindeer on the roof, don't ask. And champagne that flows like the Hudson. The man turns retail into theater, and the world pays to watch. I hadn't seen him in 8 years. Not since Princeton, not since the night he kissed me in the library stacks, and then vanished to build his empire in London. No goodbye, no explanation. Just an empty dorm room and a broken 20-year-old heart. Now he's 33, broader, sharper, dangerously quiet, and apparently my boss. It started on December 1st, the morning the store unveiled its famous holiday windows. I was in the executive elevator at 5:47 a.m., clutching a peppermint mocha and praying the new security system wouldn't eat my badge again. The doors slid open on the penthouse floor, and there he was. Alone, black coat dusted with snow, eyes the exact color of winter steel. Evelyn. One word, my name in that low British-inflected voice, and my knees actually forgot how gravity works. Mr. Voss, I managed, clutching my coffee like a shield. He stepped aside so I could enter. The doors closed, trapping us in mirrored silence. 30 floors. 30 seconds. His gaze slid over me, slow, deliberate, like he was reading every secret I'd tried to bury since college. You cut your hair, he said. You left the country, I answered before my brain caught up with my mouth. Something flickered across his face. Regret, maybe. Or hunger. Then the elevator dinged and the spell cracked. That was 3 weeks ago. Since then, he requests me for everything. Late-night inventory meetings that only the two of us attend. Private tastings for the holiday. Menu where his fingers brush mine passing a chocolate truffle. Memos that arrive on heavy cream stationery. Handwritten, always ending with the same line. Meet me on the roof. Midnight. I never go. I'm not 20 anymore. I have a career, a mortgage, and a heart that still has scar tissue where he left his fingerprints. But tonight is December 23rd. And the store is closed for the annual executive party. I'm wearing the dress I swore I'd never wear again. Deep emerald silk that clings like jealousy. My hair is swept up, throat bare except for the thin gold chain he gave me the winter we were almost something. I'm supposed to be supervising the caterers, but I find myself on the private elevator instead, thumb hovering over the R button. Roof. I press it. The doors open to a world of white lights and falling snow. The rooftop has been transformed into Narnia. Fir trees dripping with crystal, a single ice bar glowing blue, and in the center, him. Black tuxedo, no coat despite the cold, champagne flute dangling from his fingers like he's been waiting for years instead of minutes. You came, he says, voice rough. I'm curious what a man says when he disappears for 8 years and then summons a woman to rooftops. I step out, heels clicking on frosted marble. Make it good, Alex. He sets the glass down and closes the distance in 3 strides. Snowflakes catch in his lashes. Up close, he smells like cedar and expensive sin. I was 25, he says my father died. The company was bankrupt, creditors were circling like wolves. I had 72 hours to save 10,000 jobs, and the only way was to marry the daughter of the man who held our debt. My breath stops. I said no, he continues. I walked away from the deal, from London, from everything, including you, because I was already in love with a girl who deserved more than a husband. Who sold himself to save a legacy. The wind howls. My heart is a frantic bird against my ribs. I spent 8 years paying that debt with my own blood, he says. Every store, every headline, every sleepless night was me proving I could protect what's mine without selling my soul. His hand lifts, knuckles brushing my cheek. I'm done paying. Now I collect. Collect? I whisper. You, Evelyn. I came back for you. His mouth crashes onto mine before I can answer. Hot and desperate. 8 years of longing poured into one kiss. I taste champagne and snow and the faint metallic edge of restraint finally snapping. My back meets the ice bar, cold silk against my spine. His hands sliding under the fabric like he owns every inch of me already. He pulls back just enough to speak against my lips. Tell me to stop and I will. But if you let me start, I won't stop until you're wearing my ring and screaming my name under the Christmas tree in the penthouse. My laugh is half sob. That's insanely possessive. I'm an insanely possessive man when it comes to what I love. His thumb traces my lower lip. And I never stopped loving you. Snow falls thicker now, cloaking us in white silence. Somewhere below, the city celebrates. But up here, there is only his heartbeat against mine and the dangerous promise in his eyes. I should walk away. I should protect the heart he already broke once. Instead, I fist his lapels and pull him down. Show me, I breathe. Show me how possessive. His growl vibrates through me as he lifts me onto the bar, silk riding high on my thighs. Cold air kisses my skin. Then his mouth follows, branding a path up my throat. My head falls back. Snowflakes melt on my tongue. I feel his fingers find the zipper at my spine. Slow, deliberate, giving me one last chance to say no. I don't. The dress pools at my waist. His sharp inhale is the most erotic sound I've ever heard. Christ, Evelyn. His palms glide over bare skin, reverent and greedy at once. You're shaking. Because I want you too much, I confess. And I'm terrified. I know. He presses his forehead to mine. But I'm not 25 anymore, and I'm never leaving again. Somewhere in the distance, church bells ring midnight. Christmas Eve has begun. He kisses me again, softer this time. A vow instead of a conquest. Then he scoops me up, my legs wrapping around his waist, and carries me toward the private stairwell that leads to the penthouse no one is allowed to enter. As the door clicks shut behind us, sealing out the snow and the world, I realize two things with perfect clarity. When I'm about to let Alexander Voss ruin me for every other man, forever. 2. There is a very good chance he didn't come back alone. Because just before the elevator closed on the roof, I saw it, a flash of red in the shadows near the reindeer pen. Someone was watching us. And they weren't wearing Voss & Co. livery. The penthouse door seals with a hiss that sounds too final. Alexander carries me over the threshold like a bride he's waited a decade to claim. The room is dark except for the 20-foot Christmas tree blazing in the corner. Thousands of white lights, reflecting off floor to ceiling, windows in the snowstorm raging over Manhattan. He sets me down on a thick white rug that feels like sin against my bare feet. My dress is still bunched at my waist, held up only by the fact that his hands never left my body long enough for gravity to win. Tell me you want this, he says, voice shredded. Tell me, and I'll spend the rest of my life proving I deserve it, I answer by reaching for his bow tie. Silk whispers through my fingers as I pull it loose, then the top button of his shirt, then the next. His pulse hammers under my lips when I kiss the hollow of his throat. I want you, I breathe. But if you disappear again, Alexander Voss, I swear I'll hunt you down and ruin your empire one lawsuit at a time. A dark laugh rumbles in his chest. Noted, Miss Hart. He shrugs out of his jacket, lets it fall. The tree lights paint gold across the hard lines of his shoulders. I've seen photographs of him in magazines. Billionaire bachelor, ruthless, untouchable, but nothing prepared me for the reality of him. Half undressed and looking at me like I'm the only thing that ever mattered. His mouth finds mine again, slower now, drugging. I feel the zipper of my dress finally surrender all the way. Cool air. Then his warm palm sliding the silk from my shoulders. It pools at my feet, leaving me in nothing but black lace panties. The gold chain and 8 years of wanting. He steps back, eyes devouring. Jesus Christ, Evelyn. I should feel vulnerable. Instead, I feel powerful. I reach behind my back, unhook my bra, let it drop. His control snaps 1 second I'm standing. The next, I'm in his arms again, and he's carrying me to the tree. He lowers me onto the plush velvet tree skirt. Yes, the man has a tree skirt the size of a bed and follows me down, mouth hot on my breast, teeth grazing, tongue soothing. My fingers spear into his hair, holding him there, arching into every pull of his mouth. He moves lower, kissing a path over my ribs, my stomach, hooking his fingers in lace and dragging it down my legs with deliberate slowness. Snow taps the windows like it's trying to get in to watch. When his tongue finally finds me, I cry out so loudly the ornaments tremble. He doesn't tease. He worships, relentless, until my thighs shake and I'm begging in broken whispers. Just when I'm on the edge, he stops, crawls back up my body, and kisses me so I taste myself on his lips. Inside you, he growls against my mouth. Now. Condom. I didn't even see him grab one. He rolls it on with shaking hands, then settles between my thighs, eyes locked on mine. Tell me again, he demands. I love you, I say. Because it's true and I'm tired of pretending it isn't. I never stopped. The words destroy him. He pushes inside me in one long, perfect thrust, and we both groan at the shock of it. How right it feels, how inevitable. He stills, buried deep, forehead pressed to mine, breathing like he's run a marathon. Then he starts to move. Slow at first, savoring every stroke a promise. I wrap my legs high around his waist, heels digging into his back, urging him deeper. The tree lights blur into streaks of gold as he finds a rhythm that has me gasping, his name like a prayer. "Mine," he rasps, hand sliding between us to circle exactly where I need him. "Say it." "Yours," I sob, shattering around him, clenching so hard his rhythm falters. He follows seconds later, burying his face in my neck. My name a broken sound against my skin as he comes. We stay tangled under the tree, hearts hammering, snow falling silently outside. He pulls a cashmere throw over us and holds me so tightly. I can feel his heartbeat in my bones. "I'm going to marry you on New Year's Eve," he murmurs into my hair, in the store window. "The one with the mechanical swans. Whole city can watch me put my ring on your finger." I laugh, breathless. "You're insane." "Completely." He kisses my temple. "About you." That's when the lights flicker. Once, twice. Then the entire penthouse plunges into darkness except for the tree, running on its own generator. Alexander tenses, every muscle going predator still. "Stay here," he orders, already reaching for his discarded shirt. Like hell. I scramble for my dress. He's at the control panel by the private elevator in 3 strides, punching codes. The screen flashes red. Breach. Rooftop access. My stomach drops. The red flash I saw earlier. Someone was watching. Alexander swears viciously, grabs a handgun from a hidden drawer. Who keeps a gun in a Christmas penthouse? Since shoves me behind him, lock the bedroom door. He says, voice lethal quiet. "Do not open it for anyone but me." "Alex." "Now, Evelyn." I run. The bedroom is a fortress of glass and steel. I slam the door, throw the bolt, heart in my throat. Through the one-way window, I can see the living room. The tree still glowing like nothing's wrong. Then I see her. A woman in a red evening gown steps out of the private stairwell. Blonde hair and a perfect chignon, holding a small silver pistol like she was born to it. Alexander raises his own weapon. "Hello, darling," the woman says, voice carrying through the glass. "Did you really think I'd let you keep her?" I know that accent. I've heard it in old tabloids. She's the heiress he was supposed to marry 8 years ago, and she's smiling like Christmas came early.